years, you've probably already noticed that at the moment I just can't manage to upload a new video twice a week. And that's why there's just a small short video from the road, from the highway, so that my channel can keep moving forward a bit. Today, the topic is lack of motivation. I was inspired by a client who asked me this question about what she should do when if you can't bring yourself to do something, should you essentially force yourself to do it against your will? Or should she give in to this lack of motivation and just sit there and not do it? And my answer was no. Well, it depends. And that's what I want to sort out with you a bit today. I think it's very important to distinguish where the lack of motivation is coming from. Is it a physical issue? Is it a matter of total exhaustion? And you can't bring yourself to do it because you're just too tired? Or is it more about procrastination? Can't you bring yourself to do it because what lies ahead is so unpleasant for you? These are two different things and they need to be distinguished. So let's say when I was still on the way into depression, when the spiral was still going downward, I very often did things I actually didn't want to do. I pushed myself and pushed myself. So my whole life was basically wrong. I don't want to say in the wrong profession, not that, but I hadn't yet arrived in the right profession. In many ways, I was still putting myself down, feeling bad about myself. I still had all these old negative thought and behavior patterns. It was just like I constantly felt as if I had sand in the gears. So everything I did was insanely exhausting for me because it wasn't the right thing I was doing. And I had to constantly push myself. My whole life was just about pushing myself. Doing things even though I couldn't really bring myself to do them. And that's what led me into depression. That led to my energy being completely drained. And in the end, I couldn't go on anymore. Nothing worked and I hit rock bottom. That's why you have to be a bit careful with it. Pushing yourself even though you don't really want to. But it also doesn't help if you don't do anything at all. I would say if it's really a physical issue and you think you should actually be doing something, and you realize that your body no longer obeys you because it simply can't anymore, then it's better not to force yourself, to be kind to yourself and your body above all, so that you don't demand as much from your body as you might have done before. Instead, start talking to your body and asking it, "My dear body, how are you? Can you handle this? Do you think we both can handle this? Or can you not anymore? Then let's rest now." So that you develop a loving attitude towards yourself, your tiredness, your exhaustion, and your body. Then it's better to rest, to cancel things, to really learn that. To say no, to cancel things to other people. To take care of yourself in your self-care. But now comes the other side. When it leans more towards procrastination, where you can't motivate yourself because it's so uncomfortable for you, it's not about exhaustion, but rather about not wanting to take certain developmental steps because they lead you right through your pain. In that case, it's not right to always give in to it. But I would recommend that you come up with strategies to motivate yourself anyway. Because if it's just a blockage that's holding you back, it can be overcome. That's not physical exhaustion. Physical exhaustion can't be overcome just like that. It takes longer. But a blockage can be overcome, for example, by tapping. I would tap on such a blockage and then see how I feel afterward. And if I then am still not motivated to do it, then there might be more to it. Or is it really a physical issue? Often, if I tap exactly as it feels right now, even if I can't motivate myself at the moment, I love and accept myself as I am. And then guide myself through the mental process and at the end ask, what if I could motivate myself after all? What if it's not that bad after all? What if there's a gigantic learning opportunity behind it? And so on. Then I push myself to wake up and follow through with it. That might take a bit of effort, but not too much. It doesn't overwhelm me anymore. So, and these are the important steps that lead to healing. We can't skip them. We can't give in every time and say, no, I can't wake up, I'm being kind to myself and not doing it. We're not coming to the Aufstiebereite stuff. Around it, we have to gradually, not all at once, but gradually we have to get through these difficult situations. Through these terror barriers, as I always call them. For example, when life sends you an opportunity to learn to say no, or in some way to overcome your comfort zone, to do something that you really want to do but are still afraid of. Go through it. Pull yourself together. Of course, you shouldn't force yourself. What? I can only tell you that's what brings you to healing. If on one hand, you give in to your exhausted body and don't pull yourself together, and on the other hand, with the pure blockages, with the pure terror barriers, you say, and I'm going through it now. And we also have to give ourselves a little kick in the butt. That's what I can tell you about this topic. Pulling yourself together when you're unmotivated, that you really feel for yourself what it is. Which category does it belong to? And then, when you've managed that and pulled yourself together, give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Man, how brave of me. Yeah, and I did it. Really see the positive in it and recognize your learning successes. And on the other hand, speak kindly to your body. And don't judge yourself if you can't do it right now for physical reasons and can't pull yourself together. Then you've done everything right. There's no reason to judge yourself for that, for weakness or anything else. That's not a weakness. It's a physical weakness. It has a cause. But now it's your turn. That's okay. Then you sit there. Okay. So far, spontaneous. My little spontaneous video from the highway on the topic of motivating yourself when feeling unmotivated. Of course, you are welcome to like this little in-between car video, subscribe to my channel, or join my Facebook group. Love yourself because you are wonderful. You are welcome to visit my website, www.seelingklopfun.de, and feel free to book a coaching session with me. If you want to try out a tapping session, an online course, it's on its way. I still need a little time for the technical aspects, but soon. Then I'll make another video to tell you when the online course is ready. All the best. Goodbye.